I like how pretty much all of your victories are because some bullshit thing kills me.
Yeah. I think that's actually just how this game is, isn't it?
Well, okay, yes. No, very much. It's getting really irritating, though. And I do still wish this had a cooperative, one big-ass thing.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
That would be... I can't remember the guy's name that made this. Because it's published by Adult Swim Games, but it was like a single developer before that.
Right. It really gets me that we live in it's still because I'm kind of old-fashioned, because I'm from the 80s. Well, the late 80s, early 90s, in terms of gaming. It really gets me to, like, be aware of so many names of people who make games. Like, I'm still not used to that. Like, even when people refer to the Minecraft creator guy, Notch, like, that still gets me that, like, you don't talk about Minecraft was made by a company or a development group. It's Notch. It's just Notch, and it's always just Notch, and his name is just a thing. You know, knowing him and his product as a single individual entity. That's just so weird to me. The only person... I can think of 3 people in gaming past that for me would have been the only ones you just would have known by name. And even before me, there were some names that people would have known by name, like Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert for their adventure games. In my era, it would have been Shigeru Miyamoto, Keiji Inafune, and Metal Gear Dude.
Hideo?
Yeah, Hideo Kojima. Nowadays, it's just people just throw around game creator names like everyone is supposed to know them.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, who? They made this? Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, to counter that, though, like, prior to our gaming generation, like, every game creator that made a game was known by name, rather than, like, the company. Aside from...
Yeah, back in the PC heyday.
Yeah, like,
before
the 80s
PCs
really
and
stuff.
Yeah, the early 80s, right before me, really.
Yeah.
I only got a small taste of that back in the day with, like, Commander Keen, which had names. You know, not just company names, but people names, like, right on the front.
Yeah. And like I was talking about Spelunker earlier.
Splunky.
Splunker. The programmer, or I don't know.
The programmer?
Or whatever. Programmer?
Yes.
The programmer. It says, like, the title screen is like, Spelunker.
Oh, God.
And then it has his name right under it. One guy made that game. And his name is in it.
Part of it, I guess, is that I've also just gotten used to handles. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird to see, like, an fucking energy! I've never died like that until tonight. Not once. I didn't think you could die like that until tonight. I'm used to handles. Like, if you talked about Cave Story, I know, like, the one person, is credited with making that, but he goes by a handle.
Yeah. So does Notch.
Yeah, granted. You wouldn't think that the way people use it. It sounds like it's actually his name or something, the way people generally say it.
Well, it's better than saying Marcus.
I guess. It's Phoenix, which was
See?
Some people have a problem with that name, I guess. With that character name. Whatever. It's not as bad as Edge Maverick.
But now that you've brought up Marcus Phoenix. Wait, who's Marcus Phoenix?
Gears of War, main character.
Yeah, no.
Not a game creating person. Like.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Because Dom is the other guy. Marcus Phoenix was the guy. That was who I was thinking of. Because I was going to talk about Cliffy B.
Who?
Cliff Bleszinski.
Oh, okay. I actually know that name.
Yeah.
Entirely because of Penny Arcade, but yeah, I actually know that name.
Yeah, like, he's...
Are you Cliff Bleszinski, or are you just an effigy of Cliff Bleszinski? The heat is tremendous. I believe it may be fire-related.
Like, he is one of those guys that, he's one of the names of video games.
Yeah, a name that people know that makes games.
Yeah. And he kind of comes from... He kind of comes from that PC era almost. like the revival of that PC era because it was
with a name like Blazensky, he better.
It was like the
that's what that means.
It was like the early '90s or mid '90s or something, and he was super young. He was like a teenager, and he made Jazz Jackrabbit.
Oh, he made Jazz Jackrabbit?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that.
He made Jazz Jackrabbit.
That's a name I know.
And like Quake. Yeah. No. Unreal. Duh. Like, he was one of the core guys on Unreal.
Interesting.
Every Unreal up through when he made Gears of War. Oh, God!
Yeah, you're right. Look at that. That's not going... Oh, I fucked up the job!
But yeah, like, he's one of those guys that's a name. And he...
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, granted, in the beginning, he did make games solely by himself.
What is a name? Rose by any other name? What? What?
Nothing.
What? No, bullshit. What?
Nothing.
What? No,
Nothing.
bullshit. Bullshit?
Bullshit. I'm getting to the actual explanation, damn it.
Too faster.
Nope. I'm done. That's it. No explanation for you.
No soup for you.
No soup or explanation for you. You've done this to yourself.
But now you're depriving our fans.
All 8 of them. Going with 8.
That was the arbitrary number we decided on.
Well, I mean, we stuck with the 1 until we had like 20.
Yeah. Now we have 8 because why not?
Oh, anyway, yeah.
What is a name?
He's one of those guys that I look up to as far as game development.
Oh god.
And I mean, I really like his approach is like, oh hey.
Oh, I ran into it.
What would be fun to do?
I ran straight into the immobile fire pillar.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart. What has he made recently? What was like his last thing?
His last thing was Gears of War 3 or whatever. Like he took a couple of years off from even doing anything. Aside from
you've got the money to take a couple years off for no good reason, do it.
Yeah, that's
like shit. I wish I could just be like, I don't feel like working for the next couple of years.
Right. Exactly. So that was what he's been doing for a while. But apparently he's starting up a new studio because he left Epic
right
like a couple years ago. He got married, then he left Epic, then he just hung out being a
personality.
A personality, yes. A gaming industry personality.
It's kind of weird that we have those now. That's not something even back in the heyday that we ever would have had. Nowadays, you can actually be like a personality in the gaming scene.
For some reason,
entirely thanks to the internet.
I kind of want to say that the guy that made Leisure Suit Larry was a personality back in the day. And also...
I don't even know.
I can't remember his name.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Richard Garriott was also...
I'd say he was a personality in that he had a really eccentric one. not in so much that he was like, you know, like how when we think of like a TV personality, as in a person who is simply known for being like a presenter or something.
Well...
I watch so many British people, I'm so used to calling them presenters now.
Yeah. Rather than hosts.
Yeah.
You know what? We are internet personalities.
Only technically.
No, I mean, what else do we have? We're just personalities. That's like the entirety of what we do.
Well, I'm just more like... Generally, a personality is defined by the fact that they actually have a fan base of people that are aware of them and watch them. Not just that they do that thing.
I suppose that's true, but there's tons of people who do what we do.
Yep. That's part of the reason I don't consider it as real.